Welcome back, everybody. We're still here. Don't know if we're still here, but we can't always get what we want. Like diapers. Probably the day before things went nuts here, I was leisurely strolling through Smith's with my kids, as moms do, and I passed the diapers and thought, we may need some of those soon. But my frugal mom brain said, get them another time. I have a coupon. Frugal mom brain is a fool. And I have to deal with the consequences of her actions. The pile of diapers is dwindling, and if we can't get more by the time they run out, we'll just have to potty train. But honestly, we're okay here. I mean, that's a very small problem to have. And she's old enough now that she can be potty trained. She goes and sits on the toilet by herself, sometimes fully clothed. So it's just a matter of having to go through with that. But the longer we continue to panic by, the longer we stress out about this, the worse it's gonna be. And there are people who have legitimate problems getting things. Like, I can just potty train my 18-month-old. She's almost 2 anyway. I can just potty train her. But there are a lot of people who don't have that luxury, so let's maybe try and tone it down. Alex legitimately overheard a couple at the store the other day. He went to get, tinfoil or something that nobody really wanted. And he heard this couple, and the wife was like, get that, put it in the cart. And he was like, why? We don't really need it. And she was like, it's the last one on the shelf. Legitimately, that's what happened. So, I know that, wait a second. You guys, the ones watching this, you guys aren't doing that, probably. So it's okay, but don't do that, because it's causing real actual problems for people. So, the plan of the day is Francie, the aloe vera, and I got Francie when she was, I don't know, maybe the size of this back one here, and she was so cute and little, and then I proceeded to kill her, I would say a conservative estimate of 17 times in the last 2 years. I watered her too little, I watered her too much, I rotted her roots. She legitimately just came off the surface of the soil, and I was like, whoa! And I left her by a window, and she got frozen one night when it got really cold. She's been sunburned, but as you can see, she bounced back. She was tenacious. Here she is, beautiful as ever. I'm super proud of her. She's doing really great. She loves the spot that we're at right now, and I think we figured each other out. So as long as my kids don't come pinch the leaves, she'll be fine. But anyway, so that's Francie. And the reason her name is Francie is because I just gave her that name because of the book of the day, which is A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. And when I read this, I cried repeatedly. Granted, I was pregnant at the time, so I cried repeatedly reading Green Eggs and Ham, but this is a good book. I read this, I didn't know what I was getting into. I just found it at the DI, and I was like, I kind of think I want to read that. Looks like it's a classic. I'll read it. So it's about a girl, Francie, and she's growing up in the slums of Brooklyn at the turn of the century, 1902, 1919. And her family is living there. And it just kind of goes through the day-to-day stuff that they are dealing with as a family, how they make things stretch, how they just save so hard just to buy land. And anyway, like I said, I read this, I cried a ton, and I like to read stories that give me an opportunity to experience other people's lives and see what they kind of dealt with, and I feel like this captures that really well. So, anyway, I read this and I felt a profound gratitude for everybody, all my ancestors, everybody that had come before and sacrificed so that I can live the life that I can here in America. And so, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, Betty Smith, get it, read it, be grateful. In insert a random segue here that totally makes sense, but the song of the day, I wanted to be able to play you a Chopin nocturne that I knew a long time ago, but I was trying to get it back in my brain and my fingers, and I just don't quite have it yet. I wanted to give myself a little more time. So I'm going to play a song that I actually learned when I was in like 4th or 5th grade. It's called Dolly's Dreaming and Awakening by Theodore Oesten. And I mean, like I said, I learned it when I was in 4th grade, so it's not super challenging, but I do love it. It's a good happy song. I like it a lot, so. I had a request to play a song, and my sister-in-law Christy asked if I would learn a Rolling Stones song. And to be honest and upfront, it's not really my scene. I know you're surprised looking at me, but like, as I looked through, because I wanted to pick a song that, even though I'm not singing it, I still wanted to pick a song that wasn't like referencing sex or drugs. And honestly, that was kind of hard with the Rolling Stones, but I found Paint It Black, and I found it for free online. So I worked on it, and here it is, and I'll tell you why I picked it after. So here's Paint It Black for Christy. train wreck as it was, I wanted to pick that song because if you read the lyrics, it's pretty like, I want to paint everything black. And honestly, kind of have felt that way before. And so that's why I picked it, is because I think we all have those times when we feel like things are out of control, they're not going our way, we don't really feel happy like the rest of the world, and honestly, it makes it even worse when the rest of the world feels happy and we don't. Will, are you sad because the rest of the world is happy and you're not?
No, I just can't be here to control.
I'm sorry. Are you gonna be okay? Yeah. Okay. Go be okay.
Can you go back downstairs, Will? He just hid behind him.
Anyway, I also picked it because with my sister last night, I literally painted things black. So this quote, "The deep and lovely dark, we'd never see the stars without it," is from Doctor Who. That's why I put a TARDIS in the deep and lovely sky. Anyway, and I think that I subconsciously and also consciously made that the theme of today's show. So, if you feel like things are good, if you feel like things are bad, whatever, just remember that this isn't gonna last. Be like Francie, the plant, and also the main character in A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Persevere, push through, and in the end, this is gonna make your happy times a lot happier. So, I don't know, maybe it was like too long, too churchy, I don't know, too weird, I don't know. But thanks for tuning in, and I will see you later. Bye.